I saw a movie the other day. It is the new A24 film and the debut of director Kane Parsons' Backrooms. Starring Chiwetel Ejiofor, it is a liminal space horror movie based off a video game of the same name. This movie has sparked so much debate and animosity online, which, in my humble opinion, isn't even worth the movie that they're arguing over. I'm kind of giving away the ending at the beginning, but I thought the movie was fine. It wasn't great. It wasn't horrible. It was a very serviceable horror movie. A lot of this movie was really about the subconscious mind. It's about people's deep, dark secrets, traumas, and insecurities slowly but surely scratching their way to the surface. And a lot like the trauma that we like to sort of keep packed down deep inside and hidden away from public view, after some time passes, they become more fuzzy, more distorted, and ultimately they aren't an accurate representation of the original problem that caused all of it. And that was ultimately reflected in the world and the setting that existed in the Backrooms movie. All the various hallways and rooms and the entities that were essentially not accurate representations of the fear that they were trying to replicate. They're essentially a memory of a memory of a memory. You're essentially just taking a Polaroid picture of another Polaroid picture until infinity. And like anything else that exists, after a while, things become so wild and distorted that you don't even recognize the original subject matter that you captured in the first picture. And I feel like there was a true cinematic irony in that concept when it comes to this movie, because that's how I felt about the story and the overall quality of this film. Backrooms felt more like a script pitch for a Backrooms movie than the actual finished product. Everything about the setting and the cinematography, design, and special effects that they incorporated in the movie, top notch. Those elements all worked for me. But when it came to the character development and the overall plot, the storyline of the movie, it was so bare bones that I was just captivated by the scenery, but I wasn't really affected by anything that was happening to the people in those scenes. Hell, there's something that happens in like the last 10 to 15 minutes of the movie that I don't want to give away because it's kind of spoilery, but when they reveal certain information about what's going on, it was those reveals that kind of got my blood pumping, that kind of got me excited. And then the movie just ends and I was pissed off because I was like, damn, everything that happened in the last 10 to 15 minutes of the movie, that's what I wanted to see. That's what I was expecting. And now I'll just have to deal with the fact that what I got was not as satisfying, came across as hollow, and I'm basically forced to wait for them to make whatever sequel they end up making a couple years down the line to finally get what I wanted. I know a lot of people love this film. I've seen people give it 5 stars and all that. I'm happy that you guys are happy, but I am just not in that camp. For me, it just felt like it was all aesthetics, all vibes, not enough substance when it comes to the storytelling. I was able to follow everything. I understand the themes they were trying to convey. They just didn't execute them as well as I hoped they would have. But this is Kane Parsons' first feature film. What he did with this movie was interesting enough for me to want to see what he does with his next project. I think he has a bright future ahead of him, especially considering he's in his like early 20s. So there's a lot of game left. But yeah, man, final verdict. I personally would say that you can go mid on this. I wasn't the biggest fan of this movie, but I do think that the theatrical experience would help the viewer become encapsulated in the world. I don't think that this movie would translate the best if you watch it from home. I seriously don't think I would feel as nervous or as scared in certain parts of the movie if I was watching it on my laptop. It just doesn't hit the same without the surround sound atmosphere of the Backrooms. I'm not saying go big, I'm saying go mid. Catch this on a discount Tuesday or go catch a matinee showing where you don't have to pay full price. But I do think it's still worth seeing at the theater. That's my thoughts on Backrooms. Shout out to Kane Parsons. I think you're more than capable to have a long and fruitful career as a director. Shout out to Chiwetel Ejiofor. He was amazing in this movie. He's a top-notch actor, so I expected nothing less. But yeah, I wish I loved Backrooms more, but it just didn't connect with me in that way. 3 stars. And yeah, that was the Backrooms. Till next time, peace.